Welcome everyone to the fifth in a series of Google Plus Hangouts in support of Sage Summit. Sage Summit this year is July 21st through the 26th in Washington, D.C., and you can still register sagesummit.com for more information. With me today is Mark Rastovac of Microaccounting. Mark, welcome.
Well, thank you very much, Greg. It's good to be here.
Absolutely, it's good to have you. So I wanted to ask a couple of questions today around the ERP market and specifically some of the solutions that your firm provides. But first, a general question. In environment, with respect to ERP solutions, people have a tendency to wrap tools around those solutions like workflow automation, alerts, universal search, CRM, mobility. Can you briefly describe what that kind of environment looks like today and maybe what some of the challenges are?
Yeah, certainly, Greg. Well, as you know, business is becoming more complex and continues to move forward very quickly. And probably what we're seeing is greater demand from our customers to have a higher degree of service. And historically, ERP systems did just that. They did the accounting, the distribution, sometimes the manufacturing. But they didn't take care of some of those other functions that were required in order to truly satisfy the demands of their customers. And so things such as workflow and alerts are probably a good example. It's common that customers, after placing an order, would expect to get an email response saying that your order has been placed and maybe some other information about expected shipping dates, etc. And then, of course, once it's shipped, they have a follow-up email in regards to tracking numbers, etc. Well, those were that capability, if you will, is provided through workflows and alerts, but those were not common components of most ERP systems. So while the ERP systems did its core functions well, what customers were demanding continued to increase. And so, as you indicated, other systems built around the core ERP, these wraparound applications such as workflow and alerts. So over the years now, we've had a progression of ERP systems that continue to develop, and the increase of different applications available to help support that. As you can imagine, though, it has led to a number of issues for those who are looking to implement ERP systems. Some of those issues simply are the fact that you require additional software. So no longer are you purchasing just an ERP system, but all of a sudden your list of applications you need to purchase increases with it. The cost, obviously, is one of the biggest hindrances to that. And it's not just in terms of the cost of the software, but it's also the cost of the maintenance on an ongoing basis, the cost of implementing that solution. And that happens in one of two ways. Either you pay for your people to get trained up on it, or you pay a consultant to come in and do that. So you can see very quickly it impacts the initial implementation of any ERP system in order to simply provide the answers to the demands that the customers are asking.
Okay, so with that in mind then, I'm going to ask the obvious leading question, which is certainly there's a solution out there. What would that be?
Well, that's a very good point. And that solution, obviously, from our perspective, is Sage ERP X3. Okay? And Sage ERP X3 provides an incredible value for mid-size organizations all the way up to enterprise-level organizations. It provides all of the accounting, distribution, and manufacturing capabilities necessary of pretty much any company out there. And more importantly, it has built into it a number of these capabilities: workflow and automation, alerts, CRM is built into it with the customer service module especially. You have mobility capabilities built into Sage ERP X3. So when you purchase that application, you're kind of getting the whole ball of wax. You're no longer having to look at a whole menu of options that you're purchasing a la carte. Instead, you're purchasing it all at one time. And the benefit, as we indicated, one, there's no additional cost or additional software. The value is built in. It's very well-priced solution to get all of the core capabilities plus these add-on capabilities to begin with. And then from a implementation perspective, your implementation partner is already going to be trained up in helping you able to implement the capabilities that you need. And of course, there's training for Sage ERP X3 available both online and classroom that teaches you how to use these already. Probably the biggest thing I want to mention, though, when you talk about an integrated solution with all of these, is the cost that you save in the long run. Okay, we talked about the initial cost and the initial implementation. But what people often forget is the additional cost of every single upgrade you do when you have outside wraparound products versus one that's part of the core. And really where that comes into play is during an upgrade, if it's all part of one package like Sage ERP X3, the upgrade is more controlled, and it all happens within the framework of the application. Okay? And what that means is you can streamline the upgrade process. You're no longer worrying about compatibility issues. You're no longer worried about the skill sets necessary, and you're no longer worried about testing to the nth degree. Because with it being part of the framework, the whole process moves smoothly, and you can do complete testing without having to do end-to-end testing of any combination of outside systems. So all in all, it's a much easier upgrade process. And of course, you don't have the residual maintenance costs associated with the outside packages, which is generally higher, as you can imagine.
All right, so you've convinced me. Specifically at Sage Summit, how can I learn more?
Well, at Sage Summit, there are many opportunities. Sage will, of course, have its corporate booth right there in the middle of the trade show, and I highly recommend that anybody stop by and speak with some of the experts there about Sage X3 and what they can learn from it. In addition to that, Micro Accounting Solutions, my organization, will be there, and we will be obviously showing many of our existing customers who are considering moving up to Sage ERP X3 what it is that they can benefit from. But I'd be more than welcome to have that discussion with anybody who's available. And you can probably find us most often around the Sage booth or the XK0 booth, which is right near the XK0 Lounge on the trade show. They're a sister organization of ours that has a number of solutions that work with the 100 platform. But I'll be there specifically representing Sage ERP X3.
And if I wanted to learn more about micro accounting solutions and how you can help me with Sage ERP X3 outside of Sage Summit, where would I find that information?
Certainly. Best place to go would be www.microaccountingsolutions.com. And certainly on there is all of our contact information, as well as information on Sage ERP X3.
Thank you so much for your time today, Mark. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Greg.
Have a great day.
Yeah, you too.